Good evening, everyone. Let's try that again. Good evening, everyone. Thank you. That is a beautiful Black celebratory greeting. On behalf of the African American Alumni Affiliate, I would like to welcome you to the 2014 Black Celebratory. My name is Leah Johnson, and I am a member of the African American Alumni Affiliate. I graduated from UM-Dearborn in 2011 with a bachelor's degree in communication. So it is an honor for me to be here this evening and to serve as your MC. This year marks the 3rd year for the Black Celebratory, and this program has grown every single year. This event provides a formal setting for graduates as well as their families to celebrate their success with the campus community. Today, we'll be recognizing nearly 45 students, the most we've ever had at the Black Celeb. And these students either graduated in fall of 2013, or they'll be graduating this April or this August. So since we have a very packed and fun-filled program tonight, I would like to introduce the contemporary jazz band, Straight Ahead. And they are going to get us started by performing Lift Every Voice and Sing, which is often referred to as the Black National Anthem. So if we all could please stand for Lift Every Voice and Sing.
Thank you, Straight Ahead. Can we give them another round of applause? My name is Veronica Grandison, and I am the chairwoman of the African American Alumni Affiliate. I graduated from UM-Dearborn in 2011 with a bachelor's degree in communications. It is an honor to be here with you today to acknowledge achievements of UM-Dearborn's outstanding African American students and soon-to-be graduates. I would personally like to thank all of the family members, friends, faculty, staff, and alumni who came out to celebrate these graduates and the bright future they have ahead of them. I would also just like to take the opportunity to thank all of the people who played a hand in putting this event together. A special thank you goes out to the Office of Inclusion, Dr. Ann Lampkin-Williams, Chancellor Daniel Little, and Vice Chancellor Stanley Henderson for funding this event and giving us the opportunity to host this event every year on campus. I would also like to recognize the senior leadership present this evening: Dean Marty Hershock, Dean of College of Arts, Sciences, and Letters, Dean Tony England, Dean of the College of Engineering and Computer Science, and Vice Chancellor Mallory Simpson, the Vice Chancellor of Institution Advancement. As I mentioned, this is our third year hosting the Black Celebratory, and it's because of the generosity and support of the administration that we can honor African American graduates. I would also like to thank the Office of Alumni Relations for their immense support and helping us to plan this event. Rand Kasanji and Diane Siegler have been such a big support system, and we could not have put on this event without them. Lastly, but certainly not least, I would like to thank the Black Celebratory Committee for their hard work and dedication in putting this event together. I hope you all enjoyed this wonderful evening we have planned, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Veronica. At this time, I would like to introduce Dr. Daniel Little, who is the Chancellor of the University of Michigan-Dearborn, and he will give the university welcome.
Well, thank you, Leah. Thank you, Veronica, and good evening, everyone. What an awesome, awesome assembly this is this evening. We look back only 2 years, and it was 25 people, 30 people. Now we're almost 10 times that number, and that says something really, really deep to me. It says something about the strength and the quality of African-American students on our campus, and it says something really profound about the African-American Alumni Affiliate. So I want to express my appreciation and regard for the African-American Affiliate right at the start. Thank you so much for the intense work that you've done to pull this thing together. Thank you. I think you all know that UM-Dearborn is a distinctive university because we are a metropolitan university. And the thing that we are most proud of is our ability to be a place for everyone, to be an inclusive place, to be a place where our students, our staff, our faculty are able to come together, respect each other, care for each other, learn from each other. The different communities of this university have been so awesome in terms of taking that message of inclusiveness and moving forward and creating ever stronger bonds year after year. I think the strength of the Black Celebratory is one indication of that really powerful commitment to inclusion that we have here on the campus, and I want to celebrate that. So once again. But who are we really celebrating? We're celebrating the graduates, those 40-plus graduates in all 4 schools and colleges, the majority in Castle, but also the College of Engineering and Computer Science. I stumbled a little bit, Tony England. From engineering, from the College of Education, Health, and Human Services, and from the College of Business, as well as Castle. In other words, great representation from the whole university here tonight. We are so proud of you, our graduates, and the families and the friends who have supported these young people as they pursued their degrees and are now prepared to do just awesome work here in Metro Detroit mostly. By the way, we're really proud of the fact that 80% plus of our students stay in Detroit Metro. So we feel like the investment that we're making in your education and in giving you the tools that you'll need pay off tenfold by the work that you do in our communities, in our organizations, our businesses, our nonprofits, the United Way. That investment is an awesome investment on your part and on the part of the university. So we're looking forward to seeing everybody, all of you, at commencement on Sunday. We're so proud of the graduates. We're proud of the support and the love which the families and friends and sometimes the children have offered to these graduates, and we just think this is the most awesome weekend of the year, and we take joy in your accomplishments. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chancellor Little. Now I would like to introduce Vice Chancellor Stanley Henderson. He is the Vice Chancellor for Enrollment Management and Student Life here on campus. And if I could, Vice Chancellor, I only get to call him this one time a year. I refer to him as simply Stan the Man. Vice Chancellor Henderson, please.
Good evening. That's really good, but let me pull a little bit more energy out of the room here. Good evening. Good evening. Ah, that is truly Black celebratory. Good evening. That's what we're looking for here. I am so excited to be in this room tonight because of the talent and because of the extraordinary contributions that these graduates have made and will continue to make. You know, when I pull the energy of the greeting out when I start a program on our campus, I'm modeling the idea of this university as a community of higher education, not just an institution where things happen to people, but a community where people are members and participants and contributors, where they make a difference. And this room is full of difference makers tonight. This is the kind of emblem of community on this campus, because we are celebrating the 40-some students who are graduating, who are here tonight, and all of the accomplishments that they have had, and recognizing that they are a part of the larger University of Michigan-Dearborn community as well. They are following the legacy of those who have gone before them. People like Leah Johnson and Veronica Granderson. The people who are in the leadership roles now. And the great joy for those of us like the Chancellor and certainly Dean Hershock, we knew them when? Because they were students when we were here, and now they're alumni. And you know, Leah, you can call me Stan the Man anytime you want. How's that? The leadership that we see when students leave our campus as alumni of the University of Michigan-Dearborn is one of the things that makes us certain that we are truly a community, because that commitment doesn't go away. Charles is still out there taking pictures just like he did when he was a student, when he was running Campus Video Network. We are convinced that this is only the beginning for the graduates tonight. Convinced because we know you're going to have that same kind of commitment that those students that you're following now as alumni are going to have. And we're counting on that. And because we're counting on that, we're not going to let you not be contributing after you leave. Community does not end when you walk across the stage at the field house on Sunday afternoon or Sunday morning. It's only the beginning. That's the great part of it. You are a part of the extended community, and you're going to make that even greater. And I think about those students that we have really experienced, have had so much great experience with, and sometimes hardship with. I see Marcella Fox sitting back there getting ready to graduate with her master's degree in public administration. She was one of the leaders on our campus as a graduate student. She was Chief Justice of the Student Judiciary in difficult times, and she rose to meet those difficult times, just like we knew that she could. And Erica Rice, you couldn't walk by the Civic here in the University Center without seeing Erica Rice there taking care of some kind of student engagement, student involvement with service on our campus. She epitomizes what it means to be engaged, to be someone who's giving back, someone who's going to continue to give back. And Jennifer Futch Roswell, are you here, Jennifer? I don't think there she is. The Voices of Triumph Choir, the lady right there. I am so proud of our Voices of Triumph Gospel Choir on our campus, and Jennifer has been the leader of that choir. She is one of those performers who can get the Vice Chancellor to stay until the concert is over. Those are just some of the students who have given so much to this campus and to this community, who have excited and inspired faculty members like Dr. Gloria House and Dr. Deborah Smith-Pollard and Dr. Ahmed Rahman, and staff like Gail Tubbs and Dr. Monica Porter, who endeavor to make sure that we make the way clear for these students as they move through the campus. We are partners in this community with students to make sure that they are successful. And tonight, there is that celebration, that stir in the air, which is so exciting because it promises so much. And the bittersweet part of that for us is that on Sunday, you leave, and we're still here. Someday we're going to graduate too, but for now, you're going to be leaving us to go on to your dreams, your hopes, and your ambitions, and you carry a piece of us with you because you're leaving a piece of yourselves behind. And we are so much richer because you came into this community, and so much more hopeful because we know what you're taking with you into the larger community. And I want to borrow, just in closing, from President Mary Sue Coleman, who has something that she uses at commencement that I have loved for so long. And now that she's retiring, I think I'm going to appropriate it. She says at commencement, so think about this as Sunday, for today, goodbye. For tomorrow, good luck. And forever, go blue.
Thank you once again, Vice Chancellor Henderson, Stan the man. In a couple of minutes, everyone, we will break for dinner. And as you're enjoying your meal, straight ahead will be sharing their musical selections. And I would like to tell you a little bit about Straight Ahead. Straight Ahead is a group of strong, inventive instrumentalists as well as vocalists. They have shown themselves to be powerful and imaginative composers and arrangers. They're widely recognized for their eclectic and soulful approach to creating music. The Straight Ahead sound ranges comfortably from mainstream jazz, contemporary jazz, Latin, as well as jazzy hip-hop. Their live performances are a dynamic celebration of power and joy with a wide range of musical textures, moods, and tempos. These Grammy-nominated recording artists have traveled extensively in the United States, the Caribbean, and Europe, garnering rave reviews. The Straight Ahead Trio features Alina Moore on piano, Jaribu Shahid, who is subbing for bassist Marion Hayden tonight. And then we have Galen McKinney on drums. And Marion Hayden, as I mentioned, is a bassist. She's also a professor of music here at the University of Michigan-Dearborn. So our dinner is buffet style, and it is going to be served outside of this hall to my right and your left. And so you will be dismissed by table, and following dinner, we will continue our program. We will have our student body representative, the keynote address, and of course, the recognition of the graduates. Enjoy your dinner. I hope that, good evening, everyone. I just need your attention again. I hope that you all enjoyed your meal. We are going to continue on with our program at this time. So I would now like to introduce Ms. Ryenta Brown, who will share a few words on behalf of the student body. Help me welcome her to the stage, please.
Watakushi Ryenta Brown Tomoshimasu Oiniiku. Exploring unfamiliar territory. Now, I wasn't able to do that until the end of this semester as I was studying Japanese in Japan, so what a great opportunity that was to be able to do that. I wanted to welcome everyone this evening. Good evening to our honored guests, faculty, staff, last but not least, all of the graduates in the room tonight. As we sit here at this present time, I would like to bring us to having a moment to reflect on our memories or our experiences within our matriculation here at the University of Michigan-Dearborn with exploring unfamiliar territory. What could have been an unknown experience to you here? Coming on your first day and not knowing anyone? Being an international student who was learning a second language? Or maybe just the entire idea of pursuing a higher education? These are all very valid and real experiences that I'm sure each of us have experienced throughout our times here. For myself, this happened to be all of my experience, but abroad on many different occasions. I was away on 3 study abroad experiences where I did not know anyone in every country where I was living, learning the language, and of course, with each experience, this was an extension of my education. What did this feel like? Honestly, it felt absolutely weird, scary, frightening, exciting, all at the same time. I'm sure everyone here can relate to some type of experience here. These were some of the most unknown experiences, but also some of the best, most memorable, and life-changing times that I have ever had. This is like many things in life. We have to step out on faith into the unknown, the unfamiliar, and often the uncomfortable, just being ready for what is to come. It could be a new job, an internship, moving to a new country, or a study abroad program. We need to just go with it and to embrace the unknown and what comes during these times. We figure out who we are and what we are made of when we happen to welcome the unfamiliar. As leaders and graduates of the University of Michigan-Dearborn, we should adopt and continue to pursue those opportunities which we are not familiar with. When we experience the unfamiliar, not only is it truly exciting, it allows us to grow. Never once in any one of my study abroad experiences was I ever comfortable, meaning I was constantly forced to grow and to learn the real me. Also, being alone forced me to not only enjoy it, it also gave me the opportunity to be free, to be empowered by my own company, and to trust myself. Who better than to develop a relationship with than yourself when you realize that in life, you will have to depend on yourself, especially in the midst of so much change. At the end of it all, we figure out that our experiences weren't that bad at all. We grow beyond our fears. We realize from our time of just being ready for something new. For myself, I learned how to speak a new language. I met many new people. I expanded my network, and I developed a great sense of pride in who I am. But the most important thing was being able to welcome all of which that I was not comfortable with. Looking back, this has since then brought me a great amount of joy and accomplishment. I am sure that this has allowed for you to experience at least some of what I have felt during my time here. Let us take the same mindset and be able to implement this more into our everyday life. It can only help us to develop as individuals and to allow us to just dare greatly. This keeps our lives fun, interesting, and full of mystery. We never know where our open minds can take us, but wherever it is, it's worth it. Once again, I'd just like to say congratulations to all of the graduates in the room today and everyone who has helped us to be able to come to such a great place in our matriculation here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryenta, for your inspiring words. Good evening. My name is Tashana Gill. I am the Vice Chair of the African American Alumni. I just want to say something really quick. Last year, April 2013, I was sitting right where you were sitting. I never wanted to join a group. Veronica and Leah, and it's a year past, I'm the Vice Chair of the African American Alumni. So, now I'm going to bring you a man, our keynote speaker. He is the Dean of State Reps. And like we said, this is the third year for this event. So I met him last summer, make it real quick, while I was working on a campaign. And what I admire about him is that my mother sent me out into the world. She thought I would be safe. She instilled in me loyalty and all that's great. So she sent me out into the world and she expected me to find wonderful people. I found a wonderful person. He took me in. I love about him that he tells me his faults, what he did wrong, what to do right, and he gives me wonderful advice. Today I am living my dream. I have my dream job and I love my life. And he played a big role in this. I bring to you the Dean of State Reps, the Honorable Fred Durhall, Jr.
Such high praise. Boy, let's give Tashana a hand because look at all of this. I am extremely impressed, and I have shared that with the Chancellor and everyone that I've talked to, all of the deans of the individual colleges. And I came here tonight, and they were not my friends. I didn't know them, and I'm leaving here tonight with a whole bunch of new friends, and they have taken me in and dusted me off and said, hey, you're welcome to be at the University of Michigan. So obviously, I'm a Go Blue person, and I know all of you are as well. My remarks are going to be talking to you about real basic stuff. But first, let me bring a congratulatory message from my great friend in the White House, the Honorable President Barack Obama, who sends his very best to all of you. His congratulations, especially to the parents who have had to endure the unendurable in order to get to this day. And so, on his behalf, I bring you greetings from the White House. I also bring you greetings from my colleagues, and I always do this with a grain of salt, because the problem with the legislature is that they represent everybody throughout the state of Michigan. There are 10 million people in the state. There are 110 state representatives, and there are 38 state senators. I wish there were 48. I could probably get some stuff passed I wanted. But all of us together equal the government of the state of Michigan, along with the governor and the lieutenant governor and the secretary of state and the attorney general. All of us are very proud of all of you. It takes a lot to endure 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 8 years of study. I cannot imagine myself going back to school all over again, because when I got out, I ran like somebody had put my tail on fire. And the bad thing about it, I haven't stopped running. I've been running ever since. running for reelection, first running to get elected. And really what I'm going to say to you tonight is about that journey of mine. But I'm not going to talk about me because it's not about me, it's about you, all of you tonight. As a parent, I have to say this. Boy, you have been through it. You don't have to say it. I know it. I feel your pain. I also feel your joy, because there's nothing better than to raise a child from a baby when you bring them home and take them out of the bassinet, and the time flies by so fast. And the next thing you know, they're going to be walking across the stage at the University of Michigan, getting a diploma, doing what you wanted that child to do for the rest of his life or her life. Isn't that fantastic? Isn't it? To all of you graduates, you should be the proudest people on the face of the earth, and especially those of us in the African American community. And the reason why I say that, we talk about 45 students who are going to be graduating tomorrow, Sunday. That doesn't sound like a whole lot of folk. But I can remember the time at the University of Michigan when they didn't have 45 black students. I can tell you about that. I was here at not Dearborn, but in Ann Arbor, marching, protesting against all of these kinds of things that prevented us from being able to go to this university. Top class, high university in the entire country. So all of you who have been able to get there, go there, make it through, and Sunday you get your reward, you can be happy, 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 happy. But there's a significance to what is happening. The significance is that you are going to be graduating at a time when black enrollment in colleges across the country is at its lowest ebb, except here at the University of Michigan-Dearborn, where they're going to be, to take your place. You guys are so magnanimous that we had to get 1,000 people to come and take your place. So there'll be 1,000 people coming to this university, or wanting to come to this university, because you came through the door. If you're an African American and you've been around a little while like I have, you get used to being the first of something. I always equated being the first of something, being black, as the guy who snuck into the Ku Klux Klan meeting and graduated with honors. You're happy that you made it through, but you're running like hell because you know the folks are after you. My message about, I know where you've been because I've been there with you. I have not attended the classes with you, no. But I wage a battle every single day of my 40 years in politics and in the legislature to try to make sure that the ground is fertile for us to grow some flowers, flowers of all colors, not just African American students, but Hispanic students and Asian students and Arab and Chaldean students, and all that it takes to make America the strong fabric of a country that it can be. It's going to get there because you're going to help it get there. It's going to get there because of your faith in yourself and your faith in the United States of America and your faith in Michigan and the city of Detroit. Yes, I'm a representative from the poorest part of the city of Detroit. But I can stand here with pride today knowing that some of us Detroiters are going to be right back here in Detroit wearing the big old English D and helping our city to get back to the place where it ought to be, and in the future, to rise it even higher than it is today. That's the legacy of a graduate from the University of Michigan. U of M, we all know about the basketball team, and we all know about the football team, and we all know about the debate team, and we know about the girls' basketball team and swimming team and all of that. You guys are extremely famous for all of that. But you're also going to be famous for rebuilding the African American community. That is your legacy. That is the job that has to be done. That is what represents our today and our tomorrow. And I look forward to working with many of you. I look forward to seeing you out there making a difference. The reason why you went to college in the first place, of course, was to learn something. I hope you did that. You got to get a diploma on Sunday, so I guess that means you did. At least you bull skated enough through the classes to be able to make it. I say that because I always laugh. You know, the first thing people do is throw the number of degrees they have up in front of you. And that means that there is a successful achievement. But I will say to you today, it's an empty piece of paper if you can't take what you learned and make it work in society. And so I don't want to spoil this with a long political speech. I'm not running for anything but my life. I've done all I need to do. I'm the dean of the Michigan legislature, which means I'm the old man in terms of seniority. That doesn't mean I'm old, okay? Don't go there. But what it does mean for all of us here is that today the torch is passed to a new generation. To quote John F. Kennedy in his inaugural in 1960, truly, if ever those words were true, tonight they are true. You are the new generation. You are the new Michigan. You are the new Detroit. You are the new United States of America. You're it. And every one of these fine chancellors and professors and deans have given what they could to you, to inspire you, to put fire in your belly, and to have you to be able to come out of those doors, walk into this society, and be the special person that we know you are. So graduates, congratulations to you all. But it doesn't end here. This just gave you the key to start the car. Where the car goes in the future is up to you. God bless you all.
I have to just say one more amazing thing about this man. Like we said, this is the third year. So every year we have to find a keynote speaker, and they cost. I asked him one time, he did not hesitate. He did not say, I have to get back with you. He said, just tell me the time, Ms. Gill, where should I be? So, I don't know what else to say.
Thank you again, Representative Durhal. I would also like to ask if Chancellor Little could join us on the stage. We would just like to present the Honorable Fred Durhal Jr. with this plaque. It reads, "In appreciation of your support to the University of Michigan-Dearborn." Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Sir, thank you very, very much. Thank you. Thanks again.
At this time, I would like to take a few moments to recognize one of our honorable professors that is in the room. Dr. House, you don't have to stand if you don't want to, but just at least wave your hand so that we know where you are in the audience. Dr. Gloria House, everyone. She's such a woman of quiet courage, I like to say, but she will be retiring from the university this fall. And from her days as a civil rights activist, educator, poet, author, and scholar, we will forever cherish and value her impact and significance to the University of Michigan-Dearborn, as well as the community at large. Students have greatly benefited from her service through the Souls of Success Retreat, the African and African American Studies minor, and more importantly, the newly established African and African American Studies major. Thank you, Dr. House. I would now like to introduce another professor, Dr. Deborah Smith Pollard, who will explain the significance of the Kente cloth, which is what our stoles that the graduates will be adorned with is made from. Is Dr. Pollard in the room? Yes, she is. Dr. Deborah Smith Pollard, everyone.
Good evening, and thank you, Leah. First of all, let me say thank you to all who made this evening possible, the African American Alumni Affiliate, the African and African American Studies Program, of which I am a proud faculty member, and the Office of Inclusion. And good evening, graduates, families, and friends of the graduates. One of the most significant parts of this evening each year is the receipt of the Kente cloth stoles by graduating students. My role is to explain a bit about the history of the cloth and its significance for this occasion. For centuries, African textiles have been admired for their beauty and originality. That includes raffia cloth of the Congo and the Adiri tie-dye of Nigeria. But it is Kente cloth, however, that is at the center of our presentation to the African American students who will graduate from the University of Michigan-Dearborn this Sunday. Kente cloth originated with the Ashanti people of Ghana and dates back at least 400 years to a village called Bonwire. According to one legend, two brothers from the village came across a spider spinning a web while they were hunting. They were so amazed by the beauty of the web, they attempted to create something like it. Upon returning home, they made the first cloth out of black and white fibers from a raffia tree. Now, another legend has it that a weaver from Bonwire brought a loom back from Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, and experimented with raffia. When the cloth was presented to the Ashanti king, he was extremely impressed with what the weaver gave him, but thought it would be more beautiful if several different colors were woven together. Since the raffia tree only produced black and white thread, the weavers needed to come up with a new way of creating color. Agwasi Apoku Agiman, one of the greatest weavers, is said to have come up with the idea of using the bark and seeds of local trees to create dye. Weavers would shave the bark from trees, grind their seeds, and then pound both together to produce dyes. There were different trees that created red, green, and yellow dyes, which is why these are the traditional Kente colors. The threads would then be soaked in the dye and woven together to create colorful fabrics for the king. The stoles the students are receiving tonight are blue and gold. Blue traditionally represents peace, togetherness, love, and harmony, and the gold, high worth, fertility, royalty, and prosperity. Be light on that fertility part, okay? Okay. Besides the vibrant colors, there are the distinctive patterns often named for the individual who first wore them or for the one for whom it was created. Each Kente cloth includes symbols that vary from piece to piece. The symbol included on the stoles being given to the students this evening, the golden stool, is associated with kings and is a sign of absolute power. The Akan people of Ghana still revere Kente cloth, viewing it as royal and sacred fabric to be worn at times of extreme importance. But others on the African continent and wherever there are people of African descent have embraced this beautiful fabric as well. Once only worn by kings and chieftains who tried to impress and even outdo one another with patterns and colors that were distinctive and opulent, Kente cloth is now seen as a symbol of African identity and of unity and pride throughout the African diaspora. You can see it being worn proudly during significant occasions and transitions, such as graduations like the one we are anticipating on Sunday. Now, just one warning to our graduates. I said that the stool on there is a sign of absolute power. Do not take that notion of absolute power personally. Get beside yourself and try to leap off tall buildings or boss other people around. The golden stool on your stole should serve as a reminder of your connection to Black people around the world who have already achieved and who welcome you into the brotherhood and sisterhood of academic accomplishment. Our hope and dream is that you will do something with the book knowledge you gained on this campus, something that will revitalize and transform our community for the better. And one way to do it, shameless plug for the African American affiliate, is that since Kente cloth is so closely woven together that it can last for a century or longer, we hope you will forge a relationship with the affiliate so it will also be vibrant and strong for 100 years or longer. Thank you very much.
So Dr. Pollard did such an amazing job. Can we give her another round of applause, please? Graduates, you are about to get adorned with something that is obviously of great significance. So, without further ado, we have come to the highlight of the evening. I would ask that the graduates please line up to my right. You'll see your names on the projector screens up here. Just take your places to the right if you could. And then while the graduates are lining up, I will ask that Chancellor Little, as well as Vice Chancellor Henderson and Dr. Rahman, please join me on the stage so that we can prepare to distinguish our graduates. All right. So graduates, we're going to get started. This is just to kind of help you all know who's coming next. First, we will start with Ashley Adams. And Ashley is receiving a Bachelor of Arts with a major in Criminal Justice. She is also a member of the Order of the Eastern Star. And don't forget your picture. Next, we have Omolola Alade. And Omolola is receiving a Bachelor of Science with a major in Software Engineering. And she's a member of the Upsilon Pi Epsilon Honor Society. Congratulations. Next, we have Crystal Allen. Crystal is receiving a Bachelor of Arts with a major in Criminal Justice, and she is a Wolverine basketball cheerleader. Next, we have Anthony Iwasaka. And Anthony is receiving a Bachelor of Science with a major of Computer Engineering, and is the event coordinator for Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers. Ingrid Brown is our next graduate. And Ingrid is receiving a Bachelor of Science with a major in psychology and is a member of the Black Student Union. I know some of these students, so this is so hard for me. I'm trying not to cry up here. Okay, Ryanta Brown is receiving a Bachelor of Business Administration with a major in General Business and is a member of the Blueprints Leadership Program. Jamie Farmer is next, and Jamie is receiving a Master of Business Administration with a concentration in marketing. Nona Fields is our next graduate. Nona is receiving a Bachelor of Arts with a major in Special Education and Language Arts and is a member of the Phi Lambda Theta Honor Society. Nona was a little worried about whether or not she should wear her gown to the event today. I said, you are dressed perfectly. Happy graduation, Nona. Shakira Ford is our next graduate. Shakira is receiving a Bachelor of General Studies with a concentration in Human Services and is a James B. Angle Scholar. Marcella Fox is receiving a Master of Arts in Public Administration and is president of the MPA Student Organization. Jennifer Futch Braswell is receiving a Bachelor of Arts with a major in Criminal Justice. And as was mentioned earlier by my dear Stan the Man, Jennifer is president of Voices of Triumph Gospel Choir. Our next graduate is Veronica Grady, and Veronica is receiving a Bachelor of Arts with a major in economics. Camille Harris is receiving a Bachelor of Science with a major in Biological Sciences, and Camille was part of the UM-Dearborn volleyball team. Keisha Lynn Jackson. Keisha is receiving a Bachelor of Arts majoring in Criminal Justice and is a Kappa Delta member. Andrea Lee is receiving a Bachelor of Science with a major in Biological Sciences. Our next graduate is Demetrius Lovelady Jr. I love that last name. I love that. Demetrius is receiving a Bachelor of General Studies and is currently a service engineer for Ford Motor Company. Denise Malone Harris is our next graduate. And Denise is receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Anthropology with a minor in Regional and Urban Studies. Nia Martin. Nia is receiving a Bachelor of Business Administration with a major in marketing and was part of UM-Dearborn's women's volleyball team. Olivia Mensah. Olivia is receiving a Bachelor of Arts with a major in psychology, and she's president of Ratio Christi. Our next graduate is Umelo Onyajaka, and Umelo is receiving a Bachelor of Business Administration with a major in accounting and is part of the UM-Dearborn's Jazz Club. Jamila Owens. Jamila is receiving a Bachelor of Business Administration with a major in accounting and finance and is part of the Blueprints Leadership Program. Jasmine Parks is our next graduate. Jasmine is receiving a Bachelor of General Studies and is a part of the theory group at Macomb County Jail. Jamel Pickett is receiving a Bachelor of Business Administration with a major in finance. Justin Randolph is receiving a Bachelor of Arts with a major in communication and is the director of Voices of Triumph Gospel Choir. Amanda Ray. Amanda is receiving a Bachelor of Arts with a major in Health Policy Studies and Philosophy and is a senator in student government. Erica Rice is receiving a Bachelor of Arts with a major in Health Policy Studies, and Erica received the 2013 Outstanding Student Service Award. Brenda Rice. Brenda is receiving a Bachelor of General Studies with a concentration on anthropology, psychology, and sociology. Derek Rushing is receiving a Bachelor of General Studies with the focus on political science and is retired from the Wayne County Sheriff's Department. Dana Samuel is receiving a Bachelor of Arts with a major in Health Policy Studies. Marion Sanders. Marion is receiving a Bachelor of Arts with a major in Communications and Public Relations. Justina Shabazz. Justina is receiving a Bachelor of Arts with a major in Psychology, and she is in the UM-Dearborn Honors Program. Alana Sheard. Alana is receiving a Bachelor of Arts with a major in Psychology and is a member of the Black Student Union. Deshonda Sullivan is receiving a Bachelor of Science with a major in Behavioral Science and Political Science, and is a member of National Honor Society of Leadership and Success. Renice Taylor is receiving a Bachelor of Arts with a major in Liberal Studies and received an Emerging Leader Certificate in 2004. Kenyatta Walls is receiving a Bachelor of General Studies with a concentration in Psychology, Sociology, and Women and Gender Studies. But wait, Kenyatta was also part of the honor roll last fall. Jeffries Webb III is receiving Bachelor of Arts with a major in Criminal Justice and is a member of the InterVarsity Christian Fellowship. Next, we have Ashley White. Ashley is receiving a Bachelor of Arts with a major in Communications and is a writer for the Michigan Journal, which is the university's campus newspaper. And lastly, but certainly not least, we have Brianna Williams. Brianna is receiving a Bachelor of Science with a major in Biological Sciences and is a member of the Black Student Union. Can we please have one more round of applause for all of our graduates? Graduates, it's very important that you remember to wear your stole at commencement. Do not forget to wear this at commencement, okay? Because it's now a part of your graduation attire. At this time, I would also ask that the members of the Black Celebratory Committee please stand to be recognized. We have James Mitchell, and Tashana and Veronica are behind me right now. And I would like to thank them for their commitment as well as their hard work in planning this entire event. I know Veronica just has a few brief words to say.
Thank you, Leah. Can we give Leah Johnson, our MC, another round of applause for MCing this event? Yeah, Leah has done this for the last 3 years, and she does an awesome job. So,
Next year and the next
yeah, exactly.
year,
She's,
next year.
employed at the university. Also like to say a special thank you to just the Office of Alumni Relations. A special thank you to Ran Kasanji. She's the Assistant Director of Alumni Relations. Yeah. We could not have put on this event had it not been for Ran. She actually just recently started here not too long ago as Assistant Director, and she just, she's done an amazing job, and we just have a little token of our appreciation.
Come on, Ran.
We just want to give her this. I know we didn't tell her, so.
Ran has to deal with about 40 different personalities, and mine's probably is the worst. So,
Yeah, she did an awesome job. Yep, thank you.
All right, we're almost finished. I would also like to thank our speakers for this evening, Vice Chancellor Henderson, Chancellor Little, Ryanta Brown, the Honorable Fred Durhall, as well as Dr. Deborah Smith Pollard. I would also like to say a thank you to our musical entertainment, Straight Ahead Trio, who I'm sure we all enjoyed during our dinner. straight ahead got approval from Chancellor Little, who mentioned to us how much he enjoyed the music. So I'm sure they will be back. Also, thank you to Miss Lydia Richardson from USA Imports. Lydia went all the way to Ghana to make the stoles that were presented tonight. And of course, we would like to thank the guests as well as the family members in attendance tonight, because these students were successful with your support, your love, as well as your attention. So thank you to the family and friends. And our students who will soon be our graduates and part of the illustrious and wonderful Michigan family. We would like to extend this invitation if you're interested in being part of the African American Alumni Affiliate to please complete the interest form that's located on your tables, and you can leave them on the table for us to pick them up. Our next meeting will be held on Thursday, May 22nd at 6 p.m., and it will be in the Office of Alumni Relations, which is in the administration building on campus, okay? So again, congrats to all the graduates. Happy graduation, and have a great evening, everyone.